Mayfield and Lamar Jackson, and I'll talk about both coming up next.
Oh, you noticed that from Baker. Thanks, Colin. Well, Saturday, Tom Brady surpassed Goerge Blanda as the oldest player to throw a touchdown pass in NFL playoff history. Well, the broadcast showed side-by-side photos of each 43-year-old QB, and Twitter went nuts over it. Shannon, how do you explain the stunning difference between the Brady picture and the Blanda picture?
Goerge Blanda probably had just drank a six-pack and smoked a pack of Salem 100s. Skincare products has come along with. Skip, you know everybody back there smoked. They were smoking at halftime, smoking on the sideline.
They did. That team smoked. Yep.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. Guys take better care of themselves now than they did back then. In all seriousness, you know, Tom Brady takes great care of his skin. I'm sure he gets facial. I'm sure he does scrubs and body polishes and all this. The way he eats, he's properly hydrated. So that explains the difference.
But it's a stunning difference because those teams did smoke cigarettes, they ate steak, and they ate cake, and they put the off season because they took it off. Completely off.
And even during the season.
and these were stunning tributes to those side-by-side pictures to nutrition and fitness because at the highest level, Brady knows both of those. That's the main, those are the key two reasons that he has lasted as long as he has lasted.
No question.
And to me, in the end, you can see the difference in just his, as you said, the glow in his face.
Right.
And Goerge Blanda looked like he was 70 years old, right?
But remember, Skip, George played another 4 or 5 years, even though he was mainly a kicker. George was 48. He was 48.
A straight-on kicker. He was not a soccer-style kicker.
So, Skip, that has a lot to do with it. Guys take better care of themselves. They get proper rest. They're not out partying. Not saying George did that, but guys just take better care of themselves. They have a better understanding. The money is greater, so they stay in it longer, and they know that's the best way to do that is to take care of themselves.
Good for them.
Brady is trending backwards. Good reminder to eat healthy today. Good stuff today, guys. Enjoy the national championship game tonight.
Let's go, Bama.
On right now. Have a good day. Down to this. Number 1, Alabama takes on number 3, Ohio State tonight in the national championship. A win for Alabama would be the 3rd title since the college football playoff format began. And the Tide find themselves as 8.5-point favorites, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. So, Shannon, do you expect a Bama blowout tonight?
I don't expect a Bama blowout, but I do expect Alabama to win. Ohio State played their best game of the season, might have been their best game in the last 2 seasons. The question is, can they replicate what they did against Clemson basically 2 weeks ago, Skip? This is what we know about Alabama. They had 3 guys in the top 5 in the Heisman voting, all on the offensive side. They won the Remington Award, the best center. They won the Outland Award, had the best offensive lineman, Alex Leatherwood. Doak Campbell, Johnny Unitas, obviously the Heisman Trophy winner. They're loaded offensively. The question is, you need 2 things to beat Alabama. You need to be able to run the football, and if you look at the games that they've lost in the championship game, what did Clemson do? Got after them. Cleveland Farrell, Dexter Lawrence, the other big kid, Christian Wilkins. When they beat them, when Ohio State beat them, they had Joey Bosa. They had those guys. Can they run the football effectively, and can they get after Mac Jones? I don't believe Alabama will blow this team out. I do believe Alabama will win the ball game, and it's going to be in the mid. You're going to have to get to the mid-30s. It might be a 42-35 type ball game, Skip, like the first game between these 2 teams, just reverse, where Alabama has the 42 and Ohio State has the 35. But I don't expect a blowout. I do not.
Really?
No, I don't.
Well, you got the greatest offense in the history of college football. Well, it is. They put up better numbers than Joe Burrow and LSU did a year ago. How can you got Devontae and Najee, who both scored 20 touchdowns. That's never happened in the history of college football. You had a running back and a wideout score 20 touchdowns.
Well, hopefully we can score 20 tonight between the 2 of them.
Well, maybe they will. So I thought you said he had a stinker.
He got a stink that. But that defense ain't what we used to see it though.
No,
he ain't got those guys he used to have down in that defense.
Well, I thought you were going to give me Ohio State an 8.5.
No, Skip.
Why not?
Skip, we ain't got Payne. We ain't got Allen. We ain't got Jared Reed. We ain't got Tomlinson. Skip, we ain't got those guys like we used to have. We ain't got the Minka Fitzpatricks is back there in the secondary. The Harrison and the Jackson.
I think Ohio State's going to cause some pain on Bama's defense.
So we got a bet straight up.
8.5.
No.
Well, that's what Fox Bet says. It's 8.5. And I got a quarterback with, I think he's got cracked ribs.
He ain't got no crack skill. The man that called timeout and then he came back and threw a 64-yard strike to
Well, that's what they're being very guarded about what he has, but something was really wrong with his rib.
It was so bad he threw the ball farther than he had ever thrown it in his life.
They're also being very guarded. They got some COVID issues. We may see some starters not show up for this game. There was a point last week when I thought it was going to have to be postponed for another week.
Is that wide receiver, what's his name?
Olave.
Oh, Olave. Is he showing up?
I'm pretty sure.
What about Trey Sermon?
Well, I'm pretty
What about
sure
Justin Fields?
Remember,
Okay.
Trey Sermon's an Oklahoma reject. We just said, no, you can transfer. We're done. We're better.
I wish y'all would have kept it.
Huh?
I wish y'all would have kept it.
Well, he just had 331 against Northwestern and 193 against Clemson. That'll work.
And you thought Zeke was hot coming into the national championship game. This guy might have been hotter than Zeke.
Well, I'm just hoping that Justin Fields is on a Zeke-like role, because what he did to Clemson just took my breath away. I picked him to upset Clemson, but my God, he was out of his mind. He couldn't miss.
Alabama has played well offensively all year. It's been a long, long time since
off the charts.
It's been a long time in which they haven't reached 30.
Right, and Devontae is truly unguardable. You try everything on him.
And
you say, nothing cheap, nothing deep, and he catches a slant and he's gone, or a bubble and he's gone.
And then Jalen Waddle might be a game-time decision.
I think he's going to play.
If he can run, he still can run, Skip. You don't have to do a whole lot, but he can still take the top off the coverage if he's able to go. So I like Alabama. I'm going to say